On the show today, we're joined by Jacob from Amscan, and he shows us how to use 260s to add a bit of bouginess to an already very sophisticated number stack. Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. And as you can see, we're joined once again by the wonderful Jacob from Amscan. Wonderful Jacob, hello.
Thank you very much, wonderful Greg. How are you?
I'm okay. We could just try and keep this up. So wonderful, Jacob. What have you been up to?
I've been keeping myself busy, wonderful Greg.
Okay.
And we've been working really hard. We've got some new colours this year, obviously, that we've been using a lot in lots of displays. But also, I'm going to show you now is some of those colours that maybe are still not quite seen quite as often as they should be, because they're stunning.
Yeah.
We've been working really hard in the office, keeping ourselves busy, and now I'm here to see you.
And what colours are the ones that you are going to be discussing today?
So part of the Reflex range.
Okay.
Reflex Truffle, which is that chocolatey brown, and the Reflex Champagne, obviously still in that really popular nude, neutral, natural palette. But I don't know if people are still aware that they're there. You know, they're really underutilised, and we love them. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to use them today.
Okay. In that case, let's do it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Greg.
Wonderful, Jacob.
Well, it's done already. Look, there we go.
All right, there we are.
Yeah, finished.
Magic.
Fantastic. There
Magic.
So this is what we're going to build from. Is that the right way around? It's not, is it?
It's not. I always get that.
Yes,
very
that's challenging, isn't it? Okay.
It is.
So we've got the Reflex Champagne on the bottom there. We've got the Reflex Truffle one up. And then this is the large number from the Amscan range in the white gold colour.
It is a very rich colour, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, you feel like you could eat it. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And like I say, so underused. And depending on what colours you put it with, it kind of shows different tones. Yeah. So sometimes you can get some purples out of it, some oranges out of it.
Right, okay.
So it's just one of those that people should have in their kit boxes, in their bags, in their basements, wherever they do their balloons, and use it a little bit more. Okay.
So you've done a standard base.
Yep.
I'm sure we've got a BMTV on that somewhere.
Yes.
And you've just tied this number 7 in there.
Tied this number 7.
And now you're going to
add some
expand
flourishes.
On that.
Add some flourishes, yes. So just sizing so that we know 9 on the champagne on the bottom, 7 on the truffle.
Okay.
Right, let's tuck this away.
And the word you just used off camera was bougie, or was that Alex that used
that? That was
bougie?
Alex that used that.
Bougie,
yes.
We're going to have a bougie number stack.
Bougie number stack.
Okay,
yes.
Let's make it bougie.
Right, let's tuck it out of the way. Come back to it in a sec.
Let's put it on the special step.
Pride of place.
It might fall over.
So we're going to add some work with 260s.
Okay.
And so what I've done here is taken some Reflex Gold, which goes really nicely with the white gold, and this is the white sand.
Okay.
Again, one of those evergreen colours now that everyone is expected to use. And what we're going to do is create a little bit of a chain, a bit of a link. It's really simple, nothing to be worried about. I know a lot of people get concerned when you start talking about 260s.
Yeah.
Don't be worried, this is all right. This is quite a simple one. So fully inflate them, leave a hand and a half, probably something like that. And let a little bit of air out, burp them so they're nice and soft to work with. And then what we're going to do is tie them into pairs, as you can see here. One pair goes over the top of the other, and we pass it around like this and link those two together. And then we grab the next one and link those two together like this. And then we just keep repeating. So, as I say, it's not one that people need to be concerned about. Yeah. It keeps it simple, keeps it easy.
The thing is, if you didn't know how to do this, people would look at that and just like, how is that made?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's who's that artist? The one that does the stairs that go in the wrong direction, all that kind of stuff. Is that Escher?
I don't know.
Escher, yeah. It's a bit like that in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we work all the way down our balloon, and this is going to be as far as I can get with this white sand one. So we're going to stop at this point here.
Is that just because it's getting tighter?
It's getting tighter. I'm going to run out of balloon to put another loop in. So we're going to add in another set, which are down here. So we need to mirror the same pattern again. I'm going to tuck those there for now. And what we'll do is we'll do one more gold because we can get away with it. And then at this point here where these come in, we're going to tie our next pair in.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take the end off of the old set, let the air out. The same on this one.
You're making sure you're keeping a hold of that then?
Yeah, keeping hold of this so we don't let any air out of the way. And I'm pinching the end, because it's quite a tight balloon, I'm pinching the end so that when I do pop it or let the air out, it doesn't go bang and just shatter.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to tie a knot in these to secure those into place.
All right.
And get rid of this excess. Like that. And the same here now.
And you just carry on.
Yep, so now we've got that one in there. And now we'll go with this set. Sorry, Greg, take your eye out there if you're not careful.
I'm used to it. I've worked with balloons for a while now without actually working with balloons. So,
same thing again. Pinch the end. Keep looking for scissors in my back pocket, but they're on the table. Same on this side. Tie these off.
that's such a clever technique. You'd have no idea there was a join.
No, because you can see now, that's all pretty much hidden away.
Yeah. Oh, I like this.
And you start covering quite a long distance.
Yeah.
In not too much time at all, really. I'm just going to have a look up against here and see how much further we want to go. This is going to come round the side here and up to the top. So we'll do another couple of sets.
Oh, we're losing it.
Oopsie-daisy.
Every time you say that, I always think of Notting Hill. Have you seen that movie?
I have, but not. I can't remember.
And it's the scene where Hugh Grant is climbing over the fence to break into the garden, and he falls off and so, oops, the daisy.
It's
You have to see it. Yeah, you have to be there, really.
It's a very British turn of phrase, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, so I think that's going to be sufficient. We will just have another look, just to be sure.
Oh, that could be a question of the week. What turn of phrase do you like to use that isn't commonly used?
Yep.
Let's make that the question of the week.
Especially with your international viewers, Greg. It might be some interesting, interesting thoughts. Okay, so that's now long enough. I need to take more care, don't I? So what we're going to do is lock it off at the bottom. So everything is going to come into the same point. This. And then we're going to get rid of all of our ends. Tie a knot in these ones to start with. I'm going to leave these long tails for the moment. That just helps me to tie things in a moment.
All right.
So if I leave them nice and long, that gives me something to work with. So that's that tied there. We'll do the same with these two. So, series of tails. I'm going to get rid of the Reflex Gold. They're a bit baggier than the rest, so we'll get rid of those. And the white sand will pull things in a bit better. So, that's leftovers. Get this back on here for now. That way, that way. These two ends come into the middle here. And we'll just wrap it round a couple of the balloons. pop in the leftovers, like that. And then this is going to work its way up. Into this top corner here. So we'll just bring this back down to the floor now. And we've got a handy tying point here on, on the top of the tab. So we'll take one of the necks. Bit fiddly, but we'll tie it off.
So if you wanted to, you could add an attachment point on there with a 260 and some...
and your preferred method, whatever that might be, yeah. Stretchy tape, balloon tape. You sometimes, these are not always the strongest, so sometimes they might pull off, so then you need to come up with a way of fixing it yourself. But when they're there, why not use them?
Yeah.
And then just to hide some of those workings, we've just taken another couple of truffle and a couple of the champagne, and these will just live under here.
Very nice.
And then we have the chain added on. Now, we always talk about price points. You know, we could stop at that point, but we're going to add a few more little bits.
Okay.
I'll say a few more little bits, a couple more bits, not a few.
Yeah.
So we'll tuck that back for now.
I like that. I really like that chain.
Good. It's not going to want to stay on there, is it now?
You could have added a water weight, couldn't you, or a sand weight?
Yeah, could have added more weight if you wanted to. And the base is a foil weight.
Oh, is
you
it?
could have added more, yeah.
All right.
So the next thing we're going to create is these.
What are these?
So these are, I don't know what you'd want to call them really.
Antenna.
260 with a bobble on the end.
Yeah.
So we need to just put a little puff of air into our 260. A couple of strokes of the hand pump, stroke and a half, something like that. That'll do us. We want to tie this off.
You're not going to use the old-fashioned technique to create that, are you?
No, not anymore. No, maybe pre-COVID, not post-COVID.
Yeah, definitely
absolutely. So we've put a little puff in the air. That balloon's really nice and tight. What we're going to do is take the tip of the 260 and give it a good stretch. Stretch in all directions.
So you're weakening the...
Weakening the latex,
really.
pre-stretching that latex. There we go. And tuck it under our arm, tuck it on the table, however you see fit. Give it a good squeeze.
And there it is.
And there it is. Simple as that.
That's so cool.
So we'll tie these two together to make a pair. That's what happens when you tie two together.
It is.
Like that. And as if by magic, there's another pair we created earlier.
That's so cool.
Absolutely. Lots of options, snails, you name it.
Yeah.
We'll twist those together. So now that's 4.
That's 2 pair.
And then we're going to do some curlies as well. Loads of ways of doing curlies.
How do you like to do your curlies?
Thank you very much for asking, Greg. It depends, but the way I'm going to do it today is just to stretch it around our hand pump, making sure we're not twisting the balloon in any way, shape or form. And then we will just put the air in until we get to the end.
There's a curly.
There's a curly. I'm just going to pinch it a little bit off the edge here, help me tie it. And again, as if by magic,
oh, you got another one.
There's another one here.
What are the chances?
That gives us a pair there. And there's a further pair here.
The balloon.
So twist those together into a little bit of a tangled mess. And we'll pop these in here as well.
It's nice, isn't it? It just adds a different texture, a different feel to it.
Just some interest,
but
something
it costs
of interest.
Pence to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what value does that add?
And then to fix that into our display, I'm just going to take a 260, squeeze the air out, tie a knot in the end, pass that through the middle to where all those knots meet, and tie the two ends of my 260 together. And that just gives me a loop.
Yeah.
Nice loop like this. And this guy back up here. And this is just going to live on the side, like so. Just adjusting these so that they sit a bit nicer. And there we have it.
Your number 7's tilting. There you go. And that's a very nice, bougie number stack.
Thank you ever so much, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is great. So, what was the question of the week? What was the question of the week?
The sayings.
Oh, yes!
Regional sayings and stuff like that.
Okay. What's your favourite saying that people might not necessarily know about? Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to move this out of the way so I can say bye to everybody. Well, Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Greg.
that. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please do and hit that little bell icon and you'll be notified every time we upload a new show. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Be happy, be positive. Ciao for now.